New intro. So basically, that was a track day that I actually come off at Cartenia. So I actually found an old SD card and seen it on there. So I thought, sod it, I'm gonna use that clip. I'm gonna use that clip. I don't know what that is in the background that's waving around like that. Oh, it's the telly. Right, so let me just run through a couple of people who are already here. So we've got Llama Farmer, we've got John Gilbert, John Pell, Pecos Paul, Touch 29, Aggis Whisperer, John McPhee, Up North Barker, Kazo Moto. So if none of you guys know Kazo Moto, they're from Australia. You've got to sub to them. Probably for me, it's the best channel in Australia by far. Andy Arap has just slipped in the side there. So yeah. So how you all doing? So first things first, I'm just gonna congratulate myself, get my teeth in as well. On today is my 50th day of no alcohol. So yeah, that's me done. 50 days. So to be fair, apart from last Friday, I really fancied a beer. If I'm being brutally honest, I don't feel too bad. So, but last weekend was the weekend where I was like, I fancy a few beers. But yeah, we've also got in. Hold on, because we've got a few sneaking in here. We've got Biking Critter, the Dorset Rider. Hugh, Kazamoto, I've already said Kazamoto, Steve, Tosh, John Gilbert. If you've not watched Bruce's Teapot One's Brew Time, then have a look at that, watch that, because that's really interesting, because John Gilbert is not a moto vlogger, not a social influencer, nothing like that, just a normal, well, you're having a normal bloke, but he's had a proper big, good experience life, and it's nice to sit and listen to that. So right then, let's start. So tonight we've got Graham in the house. How you doing, mate? You all right?
I'm all right, mate. Congratulations on your 50 days.
Mate,
you're going to be hammered at ABR. I can see it now.
Mate, honestly, mate, I feel all right. I don't feel, like I say, apart from last weekend, I could have smashed a point, but apart from that, I felt all right. Quickly, while I've got Aggis on, or Graham, if you guys like these kind of podcasts and stuff like that, then have a look at Graham's. So he does Moto Vlogger Unplugged, and he's got loads of people coming up on there now. He's already got probably, I don't know, 8 to 10 in the bank already, ain't you, mate? That you got to watch.
14, mate. 14.
There you go. Yeah, 14. So yeah, just have a look at them, and just, it's worthwhile. You know what I mean? They're only like half an hour, 35 minutes, so it's worth doing. And then we've also got Big Nige in the house.
50 days, congratulations!
All over the Coca-Cola.
I've had 40 years of that rubbish. Don't start on that garbage.
God. So, and again, if you're into these podcasts and live shows and this kind of thing, so Nige does a live stream on a Sunday with another channel called Kime. Is it Kime and Go or Kime to Go?
Kime to Go.
Kime to Go. I need to get my teeth in. So that's another good channel as well. Like I say, I watch a lot of different channels. I don't watch every channel that's got 100,000 subs, for example. I do watch all types of channels. So I'm just gonna just quickly run through some of these hellos of people just saying hello. But what we're going to set off with is I'm going to ask Nige first of all, because obviously you've got a trip planned coming up recently. Have you got a route for that, just in case? Like I say, you might get people who want to meet you along the way.
Well, in June, I don't know if any of the folks in the side chat know of them, but there's a there's a couple from Holland on YouTube called Old Boots on Tour. They're actually, I mean, I'm subbed to them, they're subbed to me, but they're actually coming over to Dorset in beginning of June. So I'm going to give them a sort of guided tour around Dorset, Devon, Cornwall. But then in September, the majority of us that do on the live stream on the Sunday, 4 of us are going up. We're going to do the Lake District, all the passes, and the Yorkshire Dales. And then I think we're off up to the Pennines and the Northern Pennines. We're coming up the Kielder Forest as well. So yeah, we're going to just dip across the border quickly and then come back down, and then we're going to do the Peak District on the way back.
I mean, mate, I don't know if you've got it all planned out already, but I've actually got an actual route, a day's route already planned out for the Lake District with brew stops, dinner stops, everything already.
Good to have a look at that. I say we've done them, but not drink stops, dinner stops.
Yeah, like I say, mate, everything's on there. So you know, I'm quite, especially on day routes or a weekend or something like that. I'm quite particular on what I want to do and I'm going to want to stop for and stuff like that. So everything's I won't say planned down to the last detail, but you know, I do chuck in, you know, a brew stop is 25 minutes, you know, because by the time you get off your bike, you've got your kit off, you've got in, you've had a brew, you've got back out to your bike, you've drank your brew, you're looking half an hour. So, you know what I mean? It's no good planning 15 minutes for the brew stuff if the realism is going to take you half an hour.
Steve, that's in the side chat, the Dorset Rider, he's introduced us to staying in, I think it's Haven Parks we're staying in, like the mobile caravans.
Oh,
I mean, that time of the year, for 4 of us, for 4 nights, I think it worked out something like 50 quid each, if that. It's bonkers.
Nothing, is it?
Yeah, absolutely bonkers.
Yeah, like I say, to be fair, that's one of the reasons why, especially when I go touring, and like, for example, I mean, this will be the second year I've been up to Scotland, but usually early on in the year, I usually do a European trip. That's one of the reasons why, because the accommodation is so much cheaper. It's unreal. You know, you going in June, July, August, September, even some of the October. You know what I mean? You could be spending 150, 200 quid easily, and there's no need to. It's like when we go to, we're going up to Scotland the end of April. And for 3 nights in a 4-star, well, it's not a hotel. It's like a pub, Graham?
Aye, it's like a pub with rooms. Aye. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So and that's like, I think for a twin room is 300 quid. So it's 50 quid a night for a twin room. So
and it's quite decent as well, isn't it? It's not dump. You know,
it's like I say, I like it because the booze is downstairs. The food was good. That was one of the things that I look at. I do read the reviews. I do. It's something that I don't know. I just like to do. I just like to read the reviews. I like to see where I'm stopping. I like to see what people are saying. Not only the good, the bad as well. If somebody's had a bad experience, I want to know about the bad experience. So at least then you've got to. Even if you haven't got a book, you've got a heads up. Do you know what I mean? You've got some kind of idea what the negative is before you've got there. So you know, and you can kind of deal with that as and when or if it comes. At least then you know you're more halfway gauged, are you? Do you know what I mean? You're halfway there. And you're saying Dolomites is a lot builder is mega. Yeah, I was actually looking at the Dolomites this year. There's a couple of lads going down. I don't know how much it's. I don't know how much it is yet. I don't know when they're going, but they're actually going down to the Dolomites. So
it'll be 4-star hotels at least with Andy.
Yeah, like I say, mate. But the thing is, you can, and if you can plan it, and this is another thing, mate. Plan it and scout about. Do you know what I mean? Because you know you can get some of these hotels like we did when we went to Denmark, mate. We drove up into Denmark. We had a 5-star hotel in Denmark, and it was like 70 quid for the night. That's all it was, and it was mate, it was phenomenal, like marble floor and everything. You know, and you walk in with all your gear on, dripping wet, and people are like looking at you like, "How's it to go? What are you 6 lads coming in here, absolutely filthy, dirty motorbike gear?" That we walked in the hotel and somebody was walking behind us with a towel, wiping the floor with a towel.
At least it wasn't carpet.
Oh, mate, it was. But everything else was expensive. The beer was expensive. The food was expensive. You know, we ordered our food, and it I think I had sushi that night, but like I say, it all comes on these tiny little platters, tiny little platters. Like, you know, and you just, you know, as an English bloke, you're ready for the big, you know, bit of a steak, chips, and you know what I mean, a bit of, you know, peppercorn sauce and some, you know what I mean. Where the menu just don't have that on it at all. It was proper high end food, and it was really good, really nice as well. Talking about 50 days no alcohol. He's the other lad who's doing it, so Dave's doing it as well. So I don't know how Dave's getting on. Yeah, have you had a drink, Dave? Have you broke? Have you had a drink? Llama Farmer is with Bruce in the Picos in late April. Nice. I must admit, if any of you guys watch or are registered or anything like that, Richie Vida, so him and about 6 or 7 others are over in Morocco at the minute, and some of the photos that they're putting out on the social media is absolutely fantastic. That's one place I've got to go. And this is me and Graham before Nige come on. We was on about different channels. Do you know what I mean? But
yeah,
Nige, Ian, for me, one man, one bike. He's in his 60s, and you know, he's one of them lads where he ain't scared. He's willing to go out, and that's what he's done. He's kind of put the spark in me to go to Morocco on the bike. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you want to do, don't you? You know what I mean? You know, even if you give somebody an idea once and to make them do it, all good, mate. 7 Up all the way. Fair play to you. Like I say, mate. I was just saying to Dave, yeah. Like I say, last weekend was my weekend where I was like, I could have smashed a good 8 or 9 points last Friday, but you know, and you just like, if I get over this week, next weekend I'm past the halfway point. Then it's the countdown. You know what I mean? Once you be halfway, then now I can start counting down rather than counting up.
I can't wait to photograph you at ABR lying in the deck.
well, actually, my end date is the 11th of April. That's my end date. So it'll be 2 weeks before I come up to Scotland.
Aye, so well, aye.
Yeah. So
take him a can of Iron Brew, Graham. You'll never want to touch booze again, will he?
Well, this is that. I know. Need to get him a can of Iron Brew, actually.
That's interesting. Eh? He's European tour with his daughter enduring her first ride. You know what I mean? That's good, eight. Yeah. Fair play to John there. You know what I mean? Taking his daughter. I'd love to do something like that. Yeah, there you go. Taking his daughter out the UK. That'll be something that she'll keep with her for the rest of her life, mate. Honestly, that'll be ice. Absolutely brilliant. Have you guys ever thought about that? Going either touring with your kids or your missus, or because I know I'm just about to click on him there. Andy GSA, he goes with his missus, don't he? So is that something that you'd think about? Is that something that you do? Do you think? Would your missus be up for it, or is she like just not bike orientated and I asked?
My wife wouldn't go on the bike. She's terrified of everything. She definitely wouldn't go on a bike. No chance.
I mean, I used to take the kids on the bike when they were younger, but I mean, they're all grown up, married, kids of their own now. But my missus, well, she's always come on the back of the bike, but when I started dropping it because of the bloody shoulder ops, she, don't blame her, she wouldn't get on the back at all. And she hasn't been on since, but no, we will. We'll have to get right on the back again soon. Trouble is, it restricts you a bit, I think.
Yeah,
Aye.
yeah.
My second
Go on.
oldest boy's got a bike. It's converted to a track bike just now, but he's going to put it back to the road, I think, at some point. The wee 600 Ninja. So, because he's not been going into tracks in the last few years, so
Yeah,
he's as well bringing it back to the road. So
yeah. I don't blame you, mate. I don't blame you. If you are using it on track, it's worth it. It's worth it. I mean, that's nice what John's doing there. So I thought he was taking his daughter on the back, and I realised his daughter's riding an A2 bike. Mate, that'll be wicked. That'll be absolutely fantastic. Away we go. Bring on the 26th, Scotland. Yeah, mate.
26.
So
Whereabouts in Scotland are you going?
in 26 to Scotland, mate. That'll be good. Away we go. Whereabouts in Scotland you going? Sorry, Nigel, go on.
I was going to say, I bet John will spend the majority of that trip guarding, protecting his daughter. I bet he'll sit behind and just sort of fend everybody off from behind her.
Oh, mate. And again, Stevie there saying he took his 7-year-old grandson out last year and he loved it. So that's what I'm kind of looking forward to with having Rafi. I mean, Rafi's just gone too. I can't wait. I can't wait to get him on the bog. But yeah. So I'm going to take the missus to leave somewhere and continue around the world. So whilst I've got this comment up, we're gonna slide into this now. So Back Road Tourist made a video. If you've not watched him, then all you guys in the side chat just sub to each other. I'm sure if somebody subs to me, I'll sub to them. So it's just that's what I do. So I'm sure if people in the side chat sub to each other, you'll sub to each other back. Just all helps. But Back Road Tourist did a video. I don't know if it's today or yesterday, but I watched it today, and it was talking about whether like your age restriction on YouTube. So, for example, he was on about the old vlogging setup scenario. So, I mean, out of us three, obviously I'm the youngest because I look absolutely stunning. But
Aye, very good.
I couldn't even keep a straight face myself. But all I'm saying is there's two ends of the scale. Not two ends of the scale, but you got myself who's 48. You've got Graham in his 50s, and you got Todd.
He said that with a straight face, didn't he?
but I think what we've got a good array here that we can actually speak about this with a bit of knowledge. So for you, starting with Todd, do you find that there is anything like that within YouTube that you know just because you've hit a certain age you can't do something, or you feel like you can't vlog, or you feel like you can't go out and test ride, or you can't go out and do a review channel? Do you find that?
No, I mean, when I watched BT's video yesterday, I actually commented on there, and I said the main reason that I do it is, one, it's free storage on YouTube. So you're not having to pay to stick it up in the cloud somewhere or what have you. But I mean, it's good just to capture where you've been, what you've done, and like that tour in the Dales and everywhere. That'll be good for my kids, grandkids, great grandkids later on. See what a pellet their granddad was. But I mean, age-wise, no, I don't think so. I mean,
but do you feel like? Do you ever feel like it's? I wouldn't say restricting you, but do you ever feel like your age is an issue for you to do something on YouTube, kind of thing?
No.
Is you know what I mean?
No.
I mean, I don't feel like. I mean, I'm 48.
Okay, right.
There is sometimes where I personally feel like, should I be doing this? And this is, but it's more the stuff where you're in a populated area and you're walking around with a camera or something like that, or you're in a cafe, or do you know what I mean? Then I'm a bit like, oh, man, you know what I mean?
Well, that's the only time. That's the only time you get a wee bit self-conscious sometimes if there's other people there. I don't know if that's anything to do with age, though, is it? It's just, I don't know.
I don't know, because years ago that wouldn't have bothered me. I wouldn't have give two fucks what people thought. I genuinely wouldn't. But now, oi, chili beans. But now I kind of feel a little bit subconscious of what people are actually thinking. Only a little bit. Do you know what I mean? I do kind of feel like sometimes, like I say, you might be in a cafe, or anything like that, but you kind of feel like, oh, should you know what I mean? I don't know whether that's me. I don't know whether that's me just feeling uncomfortable in the scenario that I'm in.
Remember is we're of an age that we haven't grown up with social media, whereas the younger ones, it's nothing to them. They've grown up with it, so it doesn't bother them doing things like that, I suppose. Whereas obviously at your age, you can remember before every house had a phone and all that kind of thing, Peaky, you know.
I mean,
Yeah, when you was at school, we used to write on fucking slate.
Send a pigeon.
BT's comment there, like, if you bung that up on screen.
Which one?
Like,
Who?
Backroad Tourist. He said you walk into a public place, you're 60 with a camera. Would people judge you over a 16-year-old doing it? I bet they would.
They would.
Yeah, 100%, 100%. And this is what I think this is. I wouldn't say the point I'm trying to get at, but I think like for me, the older I'm getting, the less the less I'm bothered about what people think. But then there's certain scenarios where I probably overthink what people think, and also, especially with the camera, sometimes I do feel like a bit daft talking in front of it. Do you know what I mean? And I feel like people are watching me talking to it as if to go, mate, come on, you mean your 40s, you mean your 50s, you mean your 60s, you know what I mean? What you doing? Kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know whether is there that in YouTube? Do you feel like it? You know, because there's some of these channels on YouTube. I'm watching one at the minute. He's 66 and he walks around, mate, and that camera does not get put away by the looks of it. He's walking around with the camera on him all the time, and you can see people like looking at him like walking past, but he ain't interested. He ain't bothered. It doesn't faze him at all, and that's what I quite like. That's.
But that's the right way to do it. I mean, you only live once, don't you? So do what you like, do what you enjoy.
There's you, you're 48. Look, you got Steve at it now. He reckons he's only 58.
They're all liars.
He must be using the same moisturiser as me. Yeah. But like I say, you know, you've got to certain scenarios you mean, and if here's a prime example. So if you watch Really Good TV, Dave from Really Good TV, he speaks about it when he goes to his American tour and he's walking around the airport and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? And he says, I still feel a bit uncomfortable walking around the airport with the camera and this, that, and the other. Where, you know, you've got, like, for example, Richie Vida, who I've been out with Richie Vida quite a few times, and that camera will get brought out wherever we are. It doesn't matter how busy he is. He will stand there, put the camera in front of his face and talk away. And to have that confidence, I'm gonna call it confidence, to have that confidence and to bring that camera out and start talking in front of all these people. I mean, he sings and all the rest of it, but you kind of look at him and, like, sometimes you're just like, mate, fair play to you.
You see, Richie Reid is different because he's used to playing in front of an audience and things like that. You know, when he's doing his music, so that's probably why it doesn't bother him. You know. But
then I've spoke about him. I spoke to Richard about this because I was like, when we went to Wales, I was like, fair play to you, mate. You know what I mean, mate? Like I say, because that camera gets put up and he's talking to us all, and you can see people like with the one of the morning we sat in that cafe and had breakfast, And he put that 360 camera, mate, and it was about that tall, and it was like eyesight of us all. You know? Just like, and you could see people like walking past him and go, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" But he ain't bothered. I won't say he ain't bothered. He is bothered, but it's just like I said, it's having that confidence. But he said in there he's had to build that confidence to do what he's doing now, standing on a stage and singing. Yeah. He said it's different. He says because you've learned what you're doing. You've sat there, you've learned the chords, you've learned the song, you've learned how to do everything. So everything is just a mimic of what you're doing there. Yeah, you can get stage fright and all the rest of it, but once you've done it once, you know what I mean. You've kind of feared your conquer. Where even now, I'll still walk into places. Next time you bring a camera, just think of Peaky naked. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, mate. I'm like this all over. that's as far as I'm gonna say. But I was just wondering because obviously Nige as because obviously you've just retired. Would you go down that channel now of a review channel?
No, because I'd be shit at it.
Mate, I just think I don't think there's any shit channels out there, to be honest, mate. And you know, at the end of the day, you're just bringing your spin on things. And what you've got to realise is there's a lot. Like when I started my channel, at no point at all did I think like I'm sat here now with. I mean, we've got 150 subs on this channel, just for the lives, And to think, if you had 150, if you were standing in a queue at a fish and chip shop for 150 people, that's a big fucking queue. That's a big queue. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you got to realise. But everybody is completely different, and your people who watch your channel are really subbed to you as an individual. They ain't really bothered what you're going to do, but it's you as an individual kind of expressing how you feel on different bikes. Do you know what I mean? So if people other look at it and go, well, if you know, no disrespect, but if Todd can get on with it, I can get on. If Todd's saying he's too tall, he's got a 33-inch leg, 32-inch leg, 31-inch leg. If he can sit on it and touch the floor, I can sit on it and touch the floor. He's a similar build to me. He wear glasses on that helmet. Why did he pick that helmet? Because it's good with that with a pair of glasses. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think you have an ideal opportunity now where you could go and absolutely smash it. You could be doing fucking 2 videos a week.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know whether you get it as well, but the amount of stuff I have to cut out when you're editing, not because of the swearing, I'm starting to leave a lot more of that in now, but I get so distracted. When you're riding along, you start talking about something, and then you'll see something on the roadside or whatever, and then you go off on a tangent talking about that. I'd probably do the same with a bloody review video as well.
Yeah. The reason I don't do reviews is because, like Nye says, there's 1,000 people out there that could do it better than me, you know, so that's why I don't do it.
Yeah, I must admit, like, I didn't really start doing reviews, but I did start doing a couple of bike reviews, and if I'm being brutally honest, I just couldn't be bothered. I was just like, this ain't for me. I don't want to sit on a bike, ride a bike, edit, and then bring that bike back, because that's not what I want to do. That's not what I'm about. I'm not. I mean,
look at Stevie, Exeter rider. I mean, I couldn't do a review better than him. His reviews are excellent. You know, there's no way I'm doing them better than that. So that's why I don't bother.
Yeah, I must admit, like that's the same as me though, because I just think that I'm more content. Do you know what I mean? More content is about. I'd like to think a lot of people sub because I'm having a laugh and a joke, and it's a bit of a giggle, and I get to some decent places, and I can edit half decent. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, you know, you get like the penny pass video I've put out. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I put out yesterday. So I've had 2 Welsh lads tell me that I've pronounced it wrong, and then I've had another lad message me saying, mate, this isn't it. The penny pass isn't a hidden gem. It's known.
Oh yeah, I saw that one.
So I've replied to one back, and I ain't being nasty, but I'm like, mate, it's a fucking play on words. It's YouTube. You know what I mean? Just have a day off. Just calm yourself down. It's ain't worth it. You know what I mean? And it's like the lads with the pronunciation. I'm like, mate, that's how I've been. Somebody's told it me, and that's how I'm pronouncing it because somebody else has pronounced it to me. If somebody had pronounced it right to me, then I'd pronounce it right. But we call it the penny pass. I don't know. You know what I mean? I struggle to speak English. I'm from the Black Country, so.
At the end of the day, it doesn't really matter, does it? Not
Well,
really.
you know, it's like I said to the one lad though. I says, mate, I'm pushing out videos for me. I've been to Penny Pass. I've done that 3 or 4 times, but I've never had the opportunity to put a set of cameras on and go through it. So
right. Here's
for
one
me,
for you, right? Here's one for you. I'm going to type the name of a place in chat and see who can pronounce it. Right? There you go. Bet you can't.
Well, when you look at it, Milngavie.
Nope.
I didn't think it would be.
McGavin.
Nope. You'll never get it.
There's probably no M in it. It's probably Glenarvan.
It's Mulgai.
Die fucking Mulgai.
That is. I mean, if you don't come from up here, how are you supposed to be able to pronounce that? So call it what you like.
Why don't they spell it like that then?
I don't know.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing. Like John's saying there, I'm more than happy to let everyone else film and edit or just ride. I really do appreciate the others' effort. I mean, like for me, I really enjoy sitting down editing. I really do. I quite like. That's the word we was just on about with Graham. I quite like the whole sitting there and scanning through the footage and just looking at it. Oh, that bit looks all right. That bit looks all right. Let's edit that bit out. That's got no words in it or whatever. But sometimes them are the better shots, the ones that have got no words in, because you can put a bit of emotion in it with some music or something like that. So, you can. I really like the editing process. If I'm being honest, I do. I feel like I'm getting better at it. Starting to make a bit of a story now, but yeah, it's just
practice, isn't it?
I think it's also knowing, it's also getting your own style as well, because that's the other thing as well. It's finding a style. Like, for example, me and Jay Crazy Legs, me and him ride a lot together. Now, if you look at his videos compared to my videos, they're completely different. It don't even look like we've been to the same places. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't believe, apart from the fact that we're saying on the vlogs that we're together, you wouldn't even know that we've been to the same places, because his editing style of what he wants on his videos is completely different to what I edit.
I still think he's at it when it comes to the quality of his videos. His always seem better quality than what I can get out of my camera. He tells me he doesn't do it in special, but he must.
Well, I've asked him a few times, because I've said to him, I've even sat there and showed him on the phone. I've gone, look at your video, and then I flicked to my video, and mine's like, it's like watching 1080p to 4K. Mine's in 4K, and yours is in 4K. So where is yours that crystal clear?
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've actually said to him a few times, "How are you doing that?" And he's, "I'm not doing it."
Yeah, I don't know where. Like I say, I don't know where he's doing it, but he's.
What's he? Is he on the Action 4? He is, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he was. He's on 5 now.
Action 5. Action 5 is on.
But even when he was on the 4, it was still better than mine.
Yeah,
quality.
I don't know whether you noticed that one I put up of that old Royal Enfield that I come across when I was waiting to meet Steve for breakfast. I filmed that with the 5 Pro, but DJI have done a firmware update where you've got the setting for vivid and for distance filming. It's brilliant, But if you're doing close-ups on stuff, if you ever look at that video, just the tarmac on the car park, it's like glistening at you. It's really, I don't know what the word is. I don't know. It's almost distorting the tarmac. Anything close up.
Is that the Action 5?
Yeah, with the vivid setting. So I've put it back to standard now.
I mean, I only shoot in standard on the Action 5. I've tried a couple of the settings on it, and I think bog standard. Let the camera do its own work. I've watched a few videos on the Action 5 where there's professionals doing it, and them actually putting their own settings into the camera. And unless you can ride and change your settings each time you going through fucking cloud, out of a cloud, into a cloud, out, you're never going to achieve it. You're never going to achieve the stuff that how they get it, because I'm sitting there doing it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've got preset stuff already there. Well, obviously, riding a bike, you can't sit there changing your presets whilst you're riding, obviously.
Yeah.
But you just like look at it and you just think that's amazing. And then when I've looked at these other editors that are doing other stuff, and I'm just like, leave it in auto, let the camera do the work. You can do everything else in post edit. Whether Jay has his own settings in his cameras, I don't know, because I do know for a while he was shooting in the D-Log M, so it was just a completely flat profile, which obviously you get more memory in the actual footage.
There's actually two D-Log. There's a 10-bit D-Log,
Yeah,
and there's a 10-bit with a bit of colour in it. That's the one I use.
Dave, Joe's taking forever, keeps it level.
Anyway, talking of being nearly 60, I'm going for a pee.
Yeah, he's off. Turn your microphone off so we can't hear you. Yeah, so you kind of you look at that. I'm going to remove him quickly. Yeah, so you look at like Jay's, like I say, and I do know for a while he was shooting in that D-Log. I think it's called D-Log M. I think it is.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
So up north bike, a bit rate is bigger. Fact of the video, the quality. Yeah, like I say, and I know he does all the. The colour grading and everything now himself. Yeah. So like I say, I don't know whether he's still shooting in 1080 in D-Log M. I don't know.
It could be he's using a good lot on it. Don't know.
Well, he's into that kind of stuff, are you? He's into all the old. He'll sit like I've made a LUT. I've made two LUTs, one for the dark, one for the light. That's it. That's all I've made. But he'll sit and make LUTs for each one. Do you know what I mean? He's really quite intuitive to sit there and actually make a LUT himself. And also, what he'll do is he'll colour grade. Like sometimes, what I've done before, just to cut it quick, is I'll edit it and then colour grade the whole lot as a one, rather than colour grading each individual section that you're actually doing. Where he does each individual section, he'll colour grade each individual section he's doing. So he'll edit it and then go into the colour grading and then colour grade each. You know what I mean?
The answer is his are better because he just spends longer on it.
Yeah, he can be more asked to do it than the rest of us. Like I say, to be honest, I just ride, and like I say, I use the remote. Now I started using the drift mics instead of the purple pandas. You see, now we're going down a rabbit hole now. So for audio, by far, for audio is GoPro. By far, the best audio is from GoPro, and I think the best visual, the actual best visual is DJI. But you just can't. I can't get the same quality audio on the DJI as I could with the GoPros. I can't do it.
I don't know. I think it's pretty close. It is close.
I mean, I've had, like you've said it before to me, Graham, about how good the audio is on certain points, and I'm like, that's how I want it. But that's how I want it consistently, and I can't get it consistently that good. So I could ride my bike at 60, 70 mile an hour with a GoPro and get decent quality. Where with that Action 4 with a wireless mic, it just seems to pick up a hell of a lot of whistling, a hell of a lot of wind noise.
It does, yeah. It
does. But with that GoPro, I never got it. I never got stuff like that. I never used to edit the audio on my GoPro at all. I never touched it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I've got that voice isolation on the DaVinci software, so it takes away as much wind as you like. So it's pretty good.
Is that a one-click jobby that does the whole file?
Yep, we checkbox, and then you just a wee slider to see how much intensity you want on it.
See, I've had 2 or 3 goes with that DaVinci, and it scares the crap out of me, just the look of it.
It's not as bad as it looks, but it's just like anything else once you get used to it.
You're talking shit now. It's fucking nails, mate. I've tried it a few times. I've even, mate, Nige, I've even had a one-to-one session with Graham on a Zoom call explaining how to fucking do it. And in the end, mate, I turned it off and said to Nigel and said to Graham, I went, I'm done. I ain't touching this no more. I want to stop with film more.
And I said to the wife, thank God he's turned that off.
Honestly, yeah, I've had 2 or 3 looks at it, and I start, and then, I mean, I think it's when you're color grading it, and you got those spinny wheels that you can adjust the color and everything. And
you don't even have to use them, though. That's the thing. It's just it's there if you want to use it, but you can still color grade without using those wheels.
Yeah. See, I use that Power Direct. I've used that for probably since about 2013, I think. But now it's going. They've got these other people that are coming in and working for them, or have either bought them out or something. But it's going pretty much AI now. Mm-hmm. They got AI for this, AI for that.
And they're all doing that now. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. DaVinci's doing that as well. They've got, in fact, the voice isolation is AI as well. So,
I mean, I have recently found the audio AI on Filmora recently.
I believe it's got it now as well. Yeah,
and that is exceptional.
Yeah.
Now I reckon on my last 3 videos I've done. I've done basically. I went out for a ride a couple of days ago, and I've done 3 videos on that one ride. Just because the job I'm doing now, I ain't going to get the opportunity to be able to go out and do a video a week. So I've done 3 videos in one. But yeah, and now I found that audio setting, that AI audio setting in there, mate. You can literally take the wind off. You can take everything out. Everything.
Yeah. You can actually just take it all out, and it's just your voice you hear.
Yeah.
No other noise. It's clever stuff.
Yeah, like I say, mate, and that's AI.
DaVinci's also got now where you can do the opposite. You can take the voice out and leave everything else there.
See, that'd be good if you're using music. You can do that on the AI as well, which I've not tried yet. But you can reduce you can take the voice out, so all you've got is the tone of the engine, for example.
Yep.
And then you can put some music to it. So if you're going through some twisty, you can remove the voice, and you've got the noise of the engine and I don't know, some music or fucking something.
You can also
what they got with Power Director, if you speech enhancement, but it takes virtually everything away in the background, and it just makes it sound like you sat in here, which then obviously isn't realistic when you're zooming down a road.
Another new feature on DaVinci is if you've got a song, and if you want to remove parts of the song, for instance, you could take the voice out it, you could take the bass out it, you could take the drums out it. You can individually change that song to suit whatever you're doing. Don't know how useful that is, but it's clever that it can do it.
Yeah, that like I say, that's what I like about this now. I'm at the point now with Filmora that when they introduce now new new things, I can learn. I can probably learn them quicker because I can spend more time on them. Where when I looked at that Da Vinci, a bit like Nige, I looked at that Da Vinci and I was just like, what? I felt just like even looking at it, I'm like, I don't even know where to start. I don't even know how to
your
get
face, isn't it?
videos on there. Yeah, it's intimidating almost.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And you're just like,
shame they don't do a real basic one, as basic as anything. Because I'm sure a lot of people. I mean, I know Steve uses CapCut, and he said it's very basic, but it does what he needs it to.
Yeah.
Like you say, I think that's like with Filmora, because I've had my channel now 3 years, so, and I've only tried that Da Vinci probably 4 or 5 times. But each time I've gone back to Da Vinci, something else has changed, and I just feel, like I say, I feel a little bit intimidated by it. I look at it and I'm just like, nothing, not even the grammar's the same. So you don't download anything, you don't export anything, you don't. Them all in fucking. They even you just put it on the timeline. You take all the timeline. What's it called?
There is a timeline.
Yeah, but what you take all the timeline? It's sort of like your workflow or fucking summit. It's like that. And then you've got your pages.
You've got 5 sections down the bottom, and you're supposed to work your way through the 5. So you start with the footage is section 1. You bring all the footage in that you're going to use. Section 2, then. But most people just use section 3 all the time, which is edit, which is the one where you do all your editing. There's one for sound.
That was something I couldn't get on with it. You've got different rooms, in you.
Yeah, but
whereas with Power Director, it's just everything that you need is there.
95% of that time, you will just be in the one. It will just be edit. You don't really need to use other ones.
You see, I quite like. Go on.
If you don't know how to do something in Da Vinci, just go into YouTube. There's everything's covered in there, and just follow it step by step. That's how I learned how to do it.
I mean, now it's like with Filmora now. Graham will fucking vouch for this. I can actually make now my own transitions.
I
can actually make my own transitions. So I've got transitions that I use now that I've made that are not in Filmora. Filmora don't do them transitions. I've made them myself now. So not only, you know what I mean. So I'm at the point now where when something new comes into Filmora, I can take time and learn the actual piece of equipment or piece of footage or piece of tech that's coming in, and have a good knowledge of it right off the bat, rather than like now. I'd probably still use Filmora now because it's just drag and drop. It's so simple, so simple. But now
that's just because you're familiar with Filmora. That's all that is. You're just familiar with it.
Yeah.
You would eventually get like that with Da Vinci, with somebody else helping you, not me.
Yeah. I'm like I say, the amount of people like I know Mark from Leeds uses it. Llama Farmer. If you've never used anything else, then it's like anything. You can only piss with the dick you've got. But at least, like for me, I thought it'd be easier for me to go from Filmora to Da Vinci. That's what I thought, because I've already got a skill set of editing. I can just transfer from that to Da Vinci. And then I went to Da Vinci, and I was just like, "Wow, this is way out of my league.
It's the same, but different. It's got a different layout. It's got the same stuff. It's just in different places and called different things. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Because you got the all singing, all dancing version, haven't you, Graham?
Yeah.
Graham don't do anything. It edits Graham's for him. You don't do anything.
I wish.
It's expensive too, isn't
it? Yes, it is. It's nearly.
I don't know, but it's for life though, ain't it? That's the other thing that pissed me off with Filmora.
It's for life. It's about £300, and you get 2 keys, so you can put it on 2 machines. So if you've got a laptop as well, you can put it on that as well. So
very expensive.
Yeah, it's expensive.
See, that's the other thing that I like with it. Like when me and when me and Graham was going through it, and I was like, "Where's the fucking music? There's no music in." He's like, "Oh, you've got to download the fucking, you've got to download this, and you've got to down, and you know, you're just like, oh, fucking can't be arsed with that. I ain't got enough storage on my Mac to be fucking downloading fucking music.
That's one good thing with Power Director. They got quite a bit of music with that now.
Yeah.
And that is it SoundCloud, Soundstripe?
Yeah.
Music channel. You get that included with it.
Right.
But you do when you first edit your video and you upload it to YouTube, when you edit your video through Power Director, it'll come up and give you a code. And if you don't put that code in your description on the video, YouTube will flag it up as copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've heard I've heard the DJI 360 is coming out in August or September. August or September.
Yeah.
What's the specs of it? Do we know?
No specs come out yet, but it's supposedly they reckon the people, all the rumours that are coming out, it's supposed to be fucking amazing. Even zooming in, it's supposed to be absolutely fantastic.
Right.
Well, I say I'm going to probably flog my 5 Pro, stick with the 4, and then when that 360 comes out, just run with the Action 4 and one of those 360s.
Yeah, let me know if you sell that 5 because I'll be interested in that. Because like I say, I've got 2 4s and a 5, so I'll probably sell a 4 to buy the 5. Or even sell the both for the 4s and just run with 2 cameras again rather than
I'm just trying to find a picture of it. I don't know if it will zoom in far enough. I managed to find this yesterday, and it was somebody found I don't know whether it will pick it up. So the one, obviously, this side is, I think that might be an Insta this side. There's an X4, but the one in the middle is allegedly the new DJI 360 that somebody's had since September on test.
That looks quite like the GoPro one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think size-wise, it's just slightly smaller than if you put an Action 5 on its side.
Right.
I don't know if you can bring it up on screen. It's notebookcheck.net.
Right. Okay.
That's where that came from. Oh, BT's off.
Let's have a quick look.
And then there's obviously the price of it. What's the price point going to be?
Yeah, well, this is it. It's going to be around about the same price as the Insta, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if they got any sense, they'll bring it in a bit cheaper and try and get straight into the market with it.
Yep.
I can't see anything on that. I can't see anything on there. I mean, I was actually talking to BMW the other day about this 450 that they're bringing out, and just saying about the pricing that I'm going to be using. See you later, BT. About this basically about this 450 because I reckon that's going to be the bike. That's going to be the bike to have. And I said to him, I said, what realistically do you think it's going to be coming in at? I says, because all these bikes now, all these little 400s, 350s, 450s, 500s, they're more coming in at all in around the same price. They're all coming in at around, $4 or $5 grand, that kind of mark. And Alan, the lad that I know or I speak to, he was like, mate, you're looking $7 grand, $7.5 grand for this BMW. And I'm like, they've just priced themselves way at the market there, way out the market. If they ain't going to run, he says, but what you'll have is you're going to have either Ohlins or K-Tech front fork suspension, and you're going to have a Ohlins front rear shock. So, you're going to have some top quality stuff on there, but you've just massively priced yourself out of the market. You might as well just go for something cheap, a cheaper shock, like a BMW shock, and just bring the price down by another grand. You know what I mean? You make it at $5 grand, $5.5 grand, $6 grand. People will push to $6 grand, but I think $7.5 grand for the 450.
That's a lot of money.
And that'll be
is that
£7,000.
going to be is it going to be a glorified CF Moto 450?
Yeah.
Because if you look at a Vosges 900 DSX, that's pretty much the Beamer, isn't it? 850 or 900.
Yeah.
That'll be the £7,000 without all the extras on it.
Yeah.
Then you'll need to start
and then you're gonna have your fucking enduro pack or whatever that they're gonna put on it. Do you know what I mean? With your heated seats and your grips and your sat nav and fucking all the rest of it. Do you know what I mean? But I'll tell you this for the fucking fact, mate. Whoever buys one is gonna have a weapon. They ain't gonna have a bike and half a 450, mate, that you're gonna be able to ride to the trails, on the trails, off the trails, and back home. And it's going to be good, and it's going to be comfortable, and it's going to be able to handle everything that you chuck at it. Yeah, you're paying a premium price, but you're paying a premium price for a premium reason. It'll be able to handle everything.
Yeah.
It's like Nigel saying then about them Vosges. When I test rode that Vosges, they ain't a tall bike, but there wasn't as tall as what I thought there was going to be. And then I've rode one of them 300Ls, the Honda 300s. Mate, the suspension on that's so soft, it's unreal. So soft. Even on the road, I was like...
That's not the off-road version, though, is it? The L?
I don't know what the difference is between the L and the R. I thought the R was more road-based and the L's off-road. I don't know. The one I mean, I only had it for probably 40 minutes, but I don't like that at all.
Is the BMW 450, is it a single cylinder?
No, I believe it's a twin.
It's a twin, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was thinking, I mean, the 450 Himalayan, so but as a single.
Mate, the Himalayans. When I took that Vosges out, it was from a Royal Enfield shop, and then 450 Himalayans, mate. I really like them.
Yeah,
really like them.
Yep.
Yeah. The L is the dual sport, so that's on road and off road, I suppose.
Right. But
yeah, still waiting on the 1390 KTM. Maybe a second bite of the VC. Mate, I do know there's no VAT on the KTMs. They've removed all the VAT because they're in receivership. Because they've put themselves into receivership, they can't actually make VAT money on the bikes because they're in receivership. Right. So they can still make a profit, but they can't make the VAT back off it. Mate, if you want a hooligan bike, I'd go for something like an MV Augusta, like a Brutal, or a Ducati Monster, something like that. Something that you can just absolutely wail about. That's something I'd go for. Yeah, MT10. No one's saying there, MT10. I tested when we went away to before I knew Graham. There was me and the army lads went up to Scotland. We did the NC 500, and one of the lads went on a woman on an MT7 and woman on an MT9. I think it was an MT9, but that MT7 fucking that could shift. That could shift. That was brilliant, absolutely brilliant. Tallboy KTM end of the year. Again, mate, it's a big heavy bike, though, ain't? It's just a big heavy bike. Adventure style. Yeah, man, I get it. Honestly, I really do. Get a monkey bike 125, never look back. Mate, I really fancy one of them monkey bikes, honestly. Really
I like the little Groms.
Yeah, I really fancy one of them.
Brilliant.
I really do. I think they'll be ace. I really do. Don't want it for off-road. Yeah, I mean, like I say, if for me, if I was going to have a second bike, a road bike, so to speak, like I say, I mean, Andy's got something in his head that he wants there. So for me, I'd have the MV Augusta Brutal all day long. I love them bikes. I'd love to have one of them. The L, you can go off-road, tour Europe in its offside. The CRF worked out in hours, every 100 hours, fluid change, BMW. Right, yeah, so that was the other one I was going to mention this and I forgot. So they were saying about the BMW it's going to get serviced over 10,000 miles on the BMW. So that's higher than the 1250 that I've got, which is 7,000. So the off-road bike is going to be 10,000 miles off-road servicing. So if you're going to be doing off-roading, if you're going to be doing 10,000 miles off-road, mate, that's some mileage. That's some mileage. That is. You're probably looking about. I reckon you're probably looking 2 years. Every 2 years, have a service. Andy, what sort of adventures can you get up to when you're in posh hotels? Yeah, attempted 1,000 miles endurance challenge on a Saturday on mine. The bike's ready, and I'm probably that big one will fail. Oh, did you do the Gravy Davey? Did you do the Iron Butt? Would you guys do anything like that, like the Iron Butt challenge, where you do the 1,000-mile route?
Yeah,
Probably.
Because like I watched Bruce's. He does that. What's it called now? What does he call it?
A 4 corners thing.
Yeah, that 4 corners thing. So he does the 4 corners in 48 hours.
48 hours, yeah.
Yeah, I've seen that. I wouldn't mind doing that as a bit of a challenge. But I'd need to get somewhere to get my head down at least of a night.
He wasn't impressed with the gear change, was he, on that 1300 adventure?
No.
I was impressed with it. No.
He did look impressed, but when I spoke to him a couple of weeks ago, he was saying how different it is compared to the GS to the GSA. How much plusher the ride is on the GSA compared to the GS.
Yeah.
And I was quite shocked with that. We even spoke about it, and he went. I even asked BMW if they'd do me a deal on the GSA rather than the GS.
Really?
So
Andy's lying now. Look, he reckons he's 52.
Who's that?
Andy lies like a cheap carpet. Look.
He couldn't lie straight in bed. This is my eyes version of the 4 corners on the monkey bike. So I'm actually going over to Ireland this year. We're just looking at dates at the moment, me and Jay. So gonna go over, catch up with Moto Tour Ireland and possibly Dave from Really Good TV if he's about, if he's there, if he ain't working. Then yeah, we'll catch up with him. We'll just get the ferry over from Holyhead and probably do 7-day trip or something like that, and then head back. So, but
that'd be good.
But yeah. Right then, lads, we've been on 1 hour and 3 minutes.
Flown by.
That has absolutely flown. Right then, so we're gonna do a few goodbyes on the side chat. So if you see anybody that I've scrolled past or I've missed, give them a shout out, and then yeah. So we've had Llama Farmer, John Gilbert, John Pell, Peacock Paul, John McPhee, Up North Biker, Kazo Moto, Andy Arab, Backroad Tourist, Andy GSA Tractor Biking Critter, the Dorset Rider, Hugh Janus,
great name,
John Gilbert. I don't think I've said John Gilbert. Let's scroll down. Time to Go, come on as well. Heavy 702. Dave, Really Good TV. I don't know if I said John Pell. Away We Go. Gravy Davey. David Ramsey. I can't really see if I've missed anybody there. Moto Tour Ireland. John Percival. That is a Lofty Biker, I believe. John Percival. Gravy Davy Rides. I don't know if I said that already. Moto Tour Ireland. Howie. I think that is.
That's pretty much that, I think.
I think that's about. I think that's about it. Oh, Motor Rev. Craig from Motor Rev.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
It's Craig from Motor Rev.
There you go.
That's about it. I think that's about it. If I've missed you, I do apologise. I do try and read through them as quick as I can. But I want to say thank you to everybody in the side chat. It's been absolutely brilliant. Thank you for you guys for all your own little chats, for all your little inputs and stuff like that. Honestly, these lives that we do wouldn't work without you guys in the side chat. So really, really do appreciate it. I also want to thank Nigel and Graham for coming on, because again, without these two, this live wouldn't have gone on. So thanks, lads. I really do appreciate it. Honestly.
Cheers for having us on.
So again, if we quickly just run through, so if you're into this, have a look at Graham's Moto Vloggers. Is it Moto Vloggers Unplugged, Graham?
Yes.
So
yep.
So he does on his channel something called Moto Vloggers Unplugged. It's usually out every Sunday.
Yep.
Every Sunday. There you go. You can fill easily 2 hours there, so you can watch Graham's on a Sunday, and then you go straight to Nigel's and go and do his live on a Sunday. So he does a live.
The next 2 Sundays are me out in the bike. So.
Right, so that's a bit of a disappointment.
Before the next I will be disappointed.
I'd say the majority of time on ours, it's on Joe's channel. We have managed to do it. I think you two did it as well, didn't you? Streamed it to both channels at the same time. But yeah, I mean, if Joe doesn't do one, then I'll step in and do one on mine. But majority of the time, it's on Joe's.
Yeah. So this is what we've done tonight. So Graham's streaming this on his channel tonight. So
that's why my comments have been coming up twice then.
Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
So he's streaming that on his tonight as well. So, but yeah, it's been absolutely fantastic. And like I say, Nigel, really do appreciate it, mate. It's been nice having you on. And like I say, if you're into this kind of stuff, then just jump on a Sunday. It's usually about 8 o'clock, isn't it? So yeah. So yeah, just after tea time, jump on and have your last couple of the weekend with Nigel. So
4 or 5 old gits moaning.
It's really, really interesting. It's nice to sit there. Like I say, I've had a couple of people message me saying, "Oh, you should jump on the live with them," and I'm like, I actually quite enjoy just sitting on the side chat and chatting and commenting from the side chat. Do you know what I mean? And,
having sat where you're sat, having a look at, keep an eye on the comments and keep them up on the screen, keep up with everything. It's pretty. You don't realise until you do it how much work there is in it.
It's not easy, is it? It's not easy. I think again, it's one of them once you've done it a while, you get used to it. Do you know what I mean? I'm used to it now. I actually prefer to do the lives rather than put a video out, because I quite enjoy it. But yeah,
Andy's just summed up ours on a Sunday. Brilliant. Look. It's like a live video from a care home.
But the thing is, it's good. It's good chat. It's good chat. Good banter. And because you're all the same age, or roughly the same age, you've all got a common interest, and you've all got the common interest between the lot of you. So it's really it's interesting for me just to sit there on the side chat. That's why if I come on, it'll just be once in a blue moon, because I quite like sitting in the side chat, just listening and chipping in the side chat as well. So right then, guys. So as usual, if you can all stay safe, keep your family safe, and all do one thing, which is smile. Thank you very much, muckers. Sound. Cheers. I'll see you all in a bit. Take care.